You have saved up to $1,000. Now you want to know how to invest that money and not spend it all on the Apple Pro stand. Today I'm going to tell you the 7 best ways to invest your first $1,000 that will give you an amazing ROI or return on investment. And towards the end of the video, I would tell you what $1,000 worth of IPO stocks of Apple, Amazon and Tesla would be worth today if you would have invested it on their IPO day. So stick to the video till the end and let's begin rolling the intro. Let's start with the 7 best ways to invest your money. The first is more of a safeguarding yourself than investing your $1,000. It is to pay off your debts and creating an emergency fund. Paying off your debts is the best guaranteed return because you would be saving quite a lot of interest by paying down your loans faster. Plus, you would have a huge amount due paid off, so you can later focus on creating more and more money than paying your debts. If you're debt free or recently paid off all your debts, then congratulations. Now you're just a like away to start building your wealth. I'm just kidding. But smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're debt free, then the first point for you is to save $1,000 away for an emergency fund. This is quite important because considering there could be ups and downs in the stock market, your employment, or God forbid any medical emergency, then you would have the potential to pay your bills upfront rather than using high interest credit cards and be more in debt. An article from Financial Samurai says that the Federal Reserve data shows that an average American spending $45,756 a year have a savings of around $8,863, which is around 2.3 months of their expenses. But also the same article points out that there are other surveys that show that an average American can't even come up with $400 to $1,000 of emergency funds. At this point, my suggestion to you is that you should save up to at least 6 months of your expenses in case of emergency. And it's better to keep it in savings account so that you can smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and also take advantage of the bank's high yield interest rate, as you would not be actively touching that money. So seriously, smash that like button right now. Thank you for that. Moving on to the second way to invest your first $1,000 is to invest your money in ETFs or exchange traded funds. ETFs are one of the best choices to diversify your stock investments, which reduces the risk of investments drastically. Note that ETFs are not completely risk-free, but when it comes to low-risk investments, ETFs are the best way to go. ETFs are very transparent about their investments, so you can carefully monitor them to choose the right ETF for you. They work very similar to mutual funds. The difference between an ETF and a mutual fund is that in mutual funds, you purchase a small amount of the whole bunch of different stocks, whereas ETFs are traded in share like any other individual stock. So with $1,000 investment in ETF, you can get great diversification of different stocks. You can even diversify between various ETFs, like you can have $300 of high risk, high growth ETF, $400 of dividend ETF, and remaining $300 in bond ETF. It all depends on where you want your investment to grow. While buying ETFs, make sure you are buying it from the broker or a platform that is commission free. Otherwise, you could already be in loss while buying an ETF. For example, your broker might bill you $10 commission for each ETF you buy. If you go forward and buy 5 ETFs from him, you're already in 5% loss. So make sure you pick a broker or a commission free ETFs to avoid such unnecessary costs. Now, dividend investing could have easily been the second point, but since ETFs could cover that with much lower risks, so you don't have to handpick the stocks that have high increasing dividend yield, growing ETFs and a good PE ratio. Dividend investing deserves a whole separate video, and that is why I have not included it in these 7 ways of investing $1,000. Third way to invest your $1,000 is real estate. By that I don't mean to buy a home for $1,000 because that's impossible. But investing your money in real estate with just $1,000 is possible? Of course it is, using something called as REITs or real estate investment trusts. Anyone can invest in these trusts. If you're someone who is just starting out with REITs, you can consider investing in REITs index funds. There are many options like Vanguard Real Estate ETF, Vanguard Real Estate Index Investor, iShare Cohen and Steers REIT ETF. REITs purchase commercial properties and distribute the rental income to the investors as dividends. You can purchase shares of REITs through mutual funds or ETFs. The flip side of that coin is real estate crowdfunding, where you select a crowdfunding platform that offer real estate crowdfunding, where upon your investments you can become a shareholder through that crowdfunding company, and the profits of the real estate rental income or through house flipping are passed on to the investors, that is you. To learn more about REITs, real estate investing, or even to learn more about house hacking and house flipping, I'll be creating more content on it on this channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you would not miss any of my personal finance and real estate videos. Number 4 is to invest your $1,000 with a robo-advisor. Yes, that's right. We are in a time of iRobots and Terminators. Just kidding. It's not an actual robot that will pick your investments. It is a high-powered computer-based software built on smart algorithms that will design your personalized portfolio for investment based on your goals, time horizon, risk factor, and a few other personalized preferences. Robo-advisors like Betterment, Wealthfront, M1 Finance are a few of many highly preferred ones. Anyone who wants to invest and doesn't want to worry about having to pick the right asset allocation or even monitor your portfolio every day, then robo-advisors are the perfect choice for you. These are financial planners for a much lower cost and will benefit you to buy fractional shares, and if you are looking to make an investment and forget about it while benefiting from an actively automated managed account, then the robo-advisor is a great way to go. Number 5 is peer-to-peer lending. It is giving a loan to someone who could use that money for their personal use, business use, or building and growing a business, and you will be paid back with interest. Giving just $1,000 probably won't do much to someone taking the loan, but you're not the only one contributing for giving the loan. Peer-to-peer lending works as a crowdfunding platform for loans for personal and business use. Each person who contributes to the loan is paid back with good interest. There are platforms for peer-to-peer lending like Peerform, Lending Club, Upstart, to name a few. These platforms do have a good return rate, but at the same time they may come with certain risk associated with the investments. So best is to study about the platform, the investment you want to make, and the risk associated with them before you actually invest in them. Also hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to move on to number 6. But before we move on to 6th point, let me tell you what would your portfolio be worth if you would have invested $1,000 on Apple IPO stock on the first day of its IPO was released. Apple's IPO was out on 12th December 1980 and it was for $22 per share. So upon investing $1,000 on Apple stock on 12th December 1980, it would be worth around $1.25 million today. It's 125,000% of growth since its IPO. Alright, let's see for Tesla stock. Its IPO was first out on June 2010 for $17 per share, and if you would have invested $1,000 on its stock, today it would be worth almost $42,000. That is an amazing 4,200% increase in a decade. That's not all, we still got Bezos to make us realize we should have invested $1,000 on Amazon stock for sure on its IPO day to make it worth $1.58 million today. That is a whopping 158,000% increase. This brings me to my 6th point. Invest in IPO of a single or multiple companies. First, a very important note. Investing in an IPO comes with a huge risk factor. There are companies that may not perform at all in the stock market and you may end up losing all your money. So do your homework before you invest in an IPO because it may end up losing you all your money or it may even make you a fortune. Learn about the company as much as you can before the company goes public. Search for the IPO of a company that has a strong investment firm to back it up. I'm talking about the initial investors. Do not listen to people, relatives, or your broker pitching you an IPO saying,
"You must invest in this company's IPO. It has a huge potential in the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, don't listen to them. You can however listen to your mentors who have done it before and achieved what you are looking forward to. Also, you should study about the company, and if you find that company to have a good potential future, only then go for that company's IPO. Here's a fact about Warren Buffett. Warren himself said that he has never invested in an IPO. This might also answer some of your doubts about the risk a company's IPO have. I cannot emphasize on this more that this is a high risk investment, so make sure you study well before investing in the company. Also smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel to move on to the final best way you can invest your first $1,000. Number 7th is to invest your savings into yourself. This is one of the most cliche point that you can find anywhere, but the truth is this is actually quite true. When you invest in yourself, buying different business and investing books, internet courses, training and certification to excel at your career, tutorship and even mentorship, because with getting proper training to build your knowledge, you can easily earn extra $1,000 to a few $1,000s a month, which is amazing because then you would be earning much more so that you can invest more. Doing this at a young age and making more money could set you in a completely new trajectory towards building long-term wealth. Investing this $1,000 today could result in earning and investing much more in the near future, and its ROI will be much more than you can expect. Alright, these are the 7 best ways you can invest your first $1,000. Now there are 2 more very important ways to invest your money for the retirement. They are Roth IRA and 401k, which requires a very in-depth explanation and it is a topic of another video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to get notifications for my future videos. Thank you for watching this video, and if you want to learn more about personal finance, passive income, stock market investing and compounding your money while you sleep, then make sure you check out other of my videos and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos. I love you all and I'm going to see you in the next video.